Welcome back to Kit Field. Current score 3-1 Colorado over New Hampshire. They scored while we were away from the stream. Our internet disconnected. We're back up live. Drew McConaughey got the assist in his first point of the year after a goal scored by Carlton Colley to make it 3-1 for Colorado's. There's the first flag of the game. And so we're going to get a penalty here. We'll figure out what the situation's going to be any moment now. And so with about 5 minutes left, we'll have our first penalty, and it looks like Colorado's going to have a 30-second advantage.
Oh, Colorado gets an advantage.
There's McConaughey. Keller shoots, and the save is made by Michael Nassif. Back, Keller shoots. Nassif makes another save, and they've killed off the penalty. Four and a half to go in this first quarter. 3-1 Colorado. What stood out so far, Julia?
I think so far just seeing a lot of simple, easy mistakes that the Buffs are making. They got to hold on to the ball and make sure they're getting those easy catches in order to have possession.
And so now the Buffs do retain possession here. Here's Bach over to Keller. Had some frequent possession here in this first quarter as Keller kind of circles around the ref. They go cross field with it to the far side. Trying to shake his way into the middle, and he scores. There's a flag, though. Jake McIntyre with that play. We'll see if it stands. So let's deliberate over what's going to happen here. And they have given the goal to Jake McIntyre. So it's 4-1 Colorado. So a very nice move and play by McIntyre, and there's a timeout. I think New Hampshire's going to take a timeout here. So far in this first quarter, with a 4-1 lead, how do you think the Buffs are playing so far?
I think the Buffs have a strong lead right now. I think they'll keep it going, although I think they've got to hold on to, as I mentioned before, those easy possessions that they've turned over. I think this is looking like a solid game so far for the Buffs.
And so we're back out of the timeout. 4-1 Colorado. New Hampshire trying to cut in this lead that the Buffs have built up here so far. And up top. Trying to set something up. Now they're going down low. 45 seconds on the shot clock. That shot or pass was blocked. Doesn't matter. And the Buffs take over. That's McCarthy. Naaman now trying to get a lob pass up for Jonathan Gruner, and it gets past him. Wildcats take over. That's Bobby Yaredil. And Yaredil stepped out of bounds. So the Buffs get the ball. Gruner to inbound. Jablonski trying to get that lead pass for McIntyre, and it's disrupted by the Wildcats. Edwards currently has it for New Hampshire. Austin Edwards sends it back for Eng. Now here's O'Hara. Now to the far side. Back up top for Eng. Eng trying to move around McCarthy, and does. Eng gonna get a good look, and Naaman did not make the save, but went out of bounds. And so Colorado gets the ball with little over 2 minutes to go in the game. Naaman, a leaping challenge there from a Wildcat defender. It's not going to be enough to prevent Naaman from getting that pass off to McCarthy, who still has the ball. Roos had that knocked loose, and the Wildcats take possession. Send it back out. And Nassif will hopefully try and draw something up for this Wildcats team. 75 seconds on the shot clock. They will not be able to run out the clock here in this first quarter alone. They will have to shoot once. And so here's Josh Chase. Yeah, Josh Chase gets the goal there for New Hampshire, number 13, I believe.
Yeah, number 13. Took the
and
shot
it's 4-2.
The Buffs have been having some great offensive runs, but defensively they're struggling a little bit right now. It'll be interesting to see how for the rest of the game they continue the redefense.
And so right off the draw, Kuligowski takes over for the Buffs. Kuligowski has been really good for this Buffaloes team in the face-off circle, winning a good majority of his face-offs so far this year, coming into this game, winning 53 face-offs and losing only 14 as we're entering the final minute of this first quarter. With Weston Keller sending it over. This is Colley. Mitchell finds it back for Roos. Here's McConaughey on the far side. He waits, and he'll give it back out. So on the near side, here comes Colorado trying to get that cross ice, the cross field cross ice. Here's a shot, and it goes wide. New Hampshire's going to make the stop. 10 seconds left in the quarter. And Nassif goes cross field. A little too far for that one, and it'll go out of bounds with just about a second left in the quarter. And I think they're just going to, Naaman will just inbound it, and that'll do it for the first quarter when they blow the whistle here. And that's it. First quarter comes to a close. Colorado has the lead 4-2.
Make every second count. Similarly, I think that we've been doing a great job winning the majority of the draw controls, so I think as long as we keep that up, we'll be in good shape.
And so they're getting ready to set up for the second quarter. 4-2, the current score. What are you looking for? If New Hampshire wants to try and claw their way back in this, what do you think they need to do?
I think they've got to have a little bit more ball movement. I think they also have to start taking more of the opportunities that they've had. A few times they've had some good lanes that they've created with dodges and they just hadn't taken the shot. They've been passing it off to other players. So I think if they can take more advantages of the lanes that they're creating, that will be good for them.
And so it looks like the Buffs are going to start with a 30-second advantage here in this second quarter. Oh, and there they go back. It looks like that penalty's now been bumped up to a minute as the Buffs will start with a 1-minute advantage.
Never a dull day.
So I think there's a little bit. I think they're getting a little extra time. Maybe the refs are trying to discuss something. Not exactly sure what the holdup is, but we'll be back in. But the teams will be back out at any moment now for the second quarter. Buffs will have a 1-minute advantage here to start the second quarter, which is a perfect opportunity for them to get that 5-2 lead and regain that 3-goal lead.
Yeah, I think the Buffs have been the favored team for this game today, and it's looking a little bit close right now. So we're hoping the Buffs can come out with a strong lead in the second quarter.
And so one thing to mention about New Hampshire's season so far, every game has been absolutely lopsided.
Yeah, it's been interesting to track their season so far, especially when you're comparing it to our team that's had such a great season so far.
Their most recent matchup against BYU, they fell to 11. They fell to the Cougars 11-3. I can work on sentences. I can form sentences. I can do it.
It's okay. It's cold out here. We're getting by.
That's college education.
So the Buffs will start with the ball. They won't just even have the face-off. So looks like Keller will just start with the ball, I believe, here to start the second quarter, which I find to be pretty interesting. I don't know if I've seen that before.
It happens a few times in women's lacrosse, but I have yet to see it in men's lacrosse games. Stick with us, folks, as we deal with some car horns in the background. Interesting atmospheric sounds.
That provides an entire atmosphere for what we have here at Kit Field. As the lights really start to shine here to start the second quarter, the Buffs will start with the ball, and they still haven't really let them start. And, well, we get the whistle. We're off for the second quarter. Clock operation, now it's off. And so the ball goes back. I'm getting used to it. Getting used to it. Gotta get those ideas out of my brain.
It's okay. I'm right there with you.
So just about 11 seconds. Now they start the clock again. It looks like they maybe, I think they probably had a couple seconds that was a little too, they started the clock a little before, so it looks like the refs are having a conversation now over at the scores table. And so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, not necessarily on our side, but score tables looks like they're having some issues as well. So we're all working on it. We're all doing our best here at CU. It's a Thursday night. It's not a weekend. It's a Thursday night. You never know how things are like.
Pre-St. Patty's Day mayhem.
And so they've reset the clock back up to 14:49, which I find to be kind of interesting. They haven't changed the penalty clock at all, which if they were going to change the clock, they should move the penalty back 6 seconds as well.
Yes. So Alex, I know you've asked me what I thought about the game so far and how I think the rest of the game should go for the Buffs, but how are you feeling about the game so far?
I think the Buffs are playing really well. Especially when they got off and running, they did not let New Hampshire really get any sort of possession time and a chance to kind of get back into it. But I'm looking forward to see what happens here in the second quarter.
I agree. You know, we saw some high intensity from the teams and from the stands as well in the beginning of the first quarter, and that seems to kind of have subsided for now. So I'm hoping with an early lead potential for the Buffs here in the second quarter that maybe that intensity will come right back.
An interesting development here. I think they just removed the clock. They did. They just removed the penalty. There's no more advantage for Colorado. And while they're going to still have possession here, but they finally got everything sorted out. We're here to play lacrosse. McIntyre shoots, and Nassif makes the save, preventing McIntyre from his second goal of the game.
That was a great opportunity. Defense was really loose at that point in time, so he had the lane to shoot, and he took it a little bit too far.
So on the far side now, Colorado tries to set up another scoring opportunity. Bach gives it to McIntyre again. Spins around. Now hangs onto it, looking to shoot. I think that went off of a New Hampshire player before going out of bounds.
And again, just shoots a little bit too far wide. I'd like to see them bring it around the cage and swing the field for a new opportunity looking forward.
Colorado does maintain possession. There's about 60 seconds on the shot clock right now. McConaughey finds McIntyre. Bach. Centering pass, there's a shot, and it's going to score in. It just barely gets by Nassif, and Colorado has a 5-1 lead.
And there's that intensity I was hoping to get back from the team as well as the sidelines. What a great first goal to start the second quarter for the Buffs.
So a quick goal here in the first minute of the second quarter, and it felt like an eternity to get there.
Yeah, it did, but a good first one on the draw control here.
And another quick goal! Wow, back to back. Drew McConaughey gets this one, his first goal of the year. It's 6-2 Colorado. How about that for explosive?
That was probably one of my favorite goals of the game so far. I loved the high intensity. I love the fast break. And lacrosse, we love seeing those fast break movements. So I hope the Buffs can keep that up. And Alex, it's interesting. The Buffs have won a majority of the draw controls here so far today. How do you think that the New Hampshire team will respond to that?
Well, if they keep losing face-offs, they're going to continue to lose possessions. And if Colorado continues to score right off face-offs, there's no way they're going to get back in this game.
Exactly. Right now, they're just taking advantage of those easy fast break opportunities, which is great for the Buffs.
And Kulagowski showing his face-off prowess once again as the face-off specialist for this team. He's been really dominant all year so far. McIntyre scores!
Oh, what a good goal. What a good shot from out wide.
McIntyre finally gets the goal that way. He missed a couple times in this quarter early, but man, it is 3 quick ones for the Buffs here in this second.
And you can tell the energy has really shifted here. It was really quiet at finishing the end of the first quarter, but the intensity has really picked back up here. Also, I'd like to give a special shout out to Jared for bringing me some gloves so my hands are no longer freezing. You are my favorite person today, so thank you, Jared.
No shout out to Aidan. He bought food for himself.
And so off the draw, Kulagowski wins it again, stealing another possession from the Wildcats. We just talked about this.
I love seeing the Buffs use this opportunity to bring the ball out far wide and start making space and taking their time to have the perfect shots.
So McIntyre now has 2 goals in the game. So here's Mitchell. Mitchell tries to get that cross field to Wygant, and it goes out of bounds. New Hampshire will get the ball here. For the first time this quarter, they'll have their first possession.
Yeah, we need a really good and tight redefend here for the Buffs. Ball moving quickly upfield. New Hampshire still has possession.
Ball's loose but picked up by New Hampshire. Sent back now for Sam Fiquete. Fiquete sends it back. That's Pasella. Pasella back for Girardi. Girardi across to Fiquete.
Yeah, what a great catch by New Hampshire there.
Back out to the far side and back up top, really doing the rounds here. Trying to set up a shot. And here comes Girardi, guarded by McCarthy. There's a shot and a goal.
What a great shot.
A great shot from Austin Edwards. And New Hampshire gets a huge goal here. Big momentum shift potentially here in this game. They needed that one after Colorado scored 3 quicker in the second.
Definitely, Alex. They've got to keep up that momentum and that speed if they have any chance of keeping up with the Buffs tonight.
And well, this was the final score from the Buffs' last matchup against Texas A&M. That game finished 7-3. We're not even 20 minutes into this game, and it's already 7-3.
Exactly. I'm loving the high-intensity competition, though. I think both sides are really bringing a lot of good defense and good offense.
So Nassif gives it off for Gauthier. Max Gauthier across the midfield line. There's a whistle. And it looks like the Buffs will get possession here. And so the Wildcats turn it over. When picking it up for Colorado is Kunkel. Here's McConaughey shaking off a Wildcat defender. Slows things down, 70 seconds on the shot clock. McConaughey.
You know, Alex, I like seeing the Buffs being a little bit more patient in the second quarter. It seems like they're not forcing as many shots, and I think that's really great for their offensive momentum.
I mean, the production has really supported that, I would say.
Definitely.
There's the Buffs on the far side trying to work in an 8th goal. Cross field off the stick of McConaughey and out of bounds. And inbounding it for New Hampshire's Ben Chase. Chase moves around McConaughey as he kind of slaps him from the back. So now Chase trying to set up something for the Wildcats.
Ball still down low.
There's a whistle as Kelleher has it. And not sure what the commotion is here, going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as well, Alex. There seems to also just be really a lot of confusion on the field as well.
Well, they start things back up, and Kelleher gets it back up top for the Wildcats. Here's Eng. Gonna find it back. Ball's loose and will go out of bounds. Cannot be chased down, and Colorado will take over. Get back to Naaman. And Colorado to try and start something. Here's Jablonski. Jablonski. Cross midfield. Down low all the way across to Grayson Mitchell, who hangs onto it. Buffs have a full minute before they have to shoot. Here's McIntyre. And now Buck. Buck to the near side. McConaughey. Stutter step, move, trying to juke around the defender. Center pass! Oh, what a pass!
What a pass, what a goal!
Jacob Bruce gets the goal. It's 8-3. Drew McConaughey, what a pass. His third point of the game.
These goals just keep getting better and better.
So 9:30 left. About 5.5 minutes into this second quarter. Buffs have 4 in the quarter already. And they're just finding great looks in front of the net, and Michael Nassif can't stop any of them.
Fantastic looks. The ball movement's really great right now for the Buffs, and I'm really hoping that they continue to keep that up.
Off the face-off, again, Kulagowski wins it. He doesn't quite get clean control, but picks it up right after. Kulagowski passes it back. Cross, McConaughey. Oh, and Nassif makes the save that time. It's a big one for Nassif. Kind of get a little bit of that confidence back.
Definitely.
So whistle, and it looks like New Hampshire will start things up. For us to roll things out, I think the Buffs actually will retain possession here. Not exactly sure what transpired to get the Buffs the ball back.
No, I heard
Well,
the refs yelling on
penalty.
the field, and I don't quite
Well, that's
know.
exactly why. There's a penalty, and the Buffs will have a 1-minute advantage. And having some more discussion, and now the refs, I think they finally sorted everything out and we're ready to play some more lacrosse. We'll wait for the signal. Another whistle, and I think another timeout is called. I think this time they're signaling the Buffs take a timeout.
Yeah, that looked like a Buffs timeout on my end as well.
And so I think this is probably to try and draw something up here for this advantage. What do you think they're trying to draw up? Or at least, what would you draw?
I think right now the Buffs have to keep good ball movement, and I think we have to just not get ahead of ourselves here. We've had a lot of really simple, easy mistakes like we did in the first quarter, and I think in order to maintain our lead, everybody knows possession is key. So they've got to hold on to their possession in order to keep this win.
And it feels like the second quarter has taken forever, but that's probably due to, in fact, there's been a bit of delays, but there's also been a ton of scoring here in the second quarter.
Definitely, yeah. It's a high-scoring game so far for just the second quarter, especially for the Buffs. It also seems like it's taking so long because it's freezing cold.
I think that also extends, kind of
To state the
stretches out
obvious here.
time.
For those of you who are at home watching, I'm envious of you. It's freezing here, but we're having a good time.
Hey, I mean, it took us almost 20 minutes, a little over 20 minutes of game time to really start getting into the it's cold discussion.
And I promise it will be a discussion for the remaining 2 quarters.
Yeah, it's going to be a running theme here.
Featured by Aidan's puns. Those will also
Yeah,
be.
maybe we'll give the mic over to Aidan a little bit.
Ball here starting up for the last 9 minutes of the second quarter here. Ball moving around the 12-meter, looking for a good opportunity here for the Buffs.
And so now on the near side, a shot. Oh, what a shot! Jake McIntyre has a hat trick in the first half. It is 9-3 Colorado.
You'll have to
Wow.
excuse my excitement. That was such a pretty goal.
That was a really great shot. I mean, hit a couple misses in the first minute, but I mean, he has not missed since.
No, he hasn't. I think one thing that he's really focused on is that follow through, especially in men's lacrosse shooting out wide. That's really key.
So Jake McIntyre already has 3 goals in this game, and now starting to be the player to look out for Colorado.
Let's see if New Hampshire can respond.
And the face-off this time won by New Hampshire. They're going to be able to get this possession right off the draw. Isaac Bliss finally getting a win off of Kulagowski. It goes past Bliss's stick, and there's a flag down.
A great check, though, by the
And they're not letting New Hampshire get any sort of possession.
I think number 2 got a little bit too excited there. He had some great checks, but the ball was on the ground, and he was still going for New Hampshire instead of the ball.
Miles O'Connell really just not giving up. He really wanted possession of that ball, wanted to shake it loose. Looks like he may have done a little too much, and it looks like the Buffs may be shorthanded for the first time in this game.
I will say, though, Alex, I think one thing that's really easy to read from the team here today is that they really want to come out with this win tonight.
They want that momentum going to this road trip against Florida and Florida State. And Florida is one of the top 10 teams in the country, so that's a big game for Colorado. They've already played 2 top 10 teams this year, lost both of those contests.
Ball out wide for New Hampshire.
New Hampshire running out of time here, 5 seconds on their advantage. That goes high and out of the zone, goes over the head of Pasella. And that's going to do it for the advantage.
Fight at the midfield there to try to recover that ball.
New Hampshire still does have possession, though. Here's a shot, and Naaman makes the save. Puts that one goes right into the net. Gets that pass out to Gruner. The outstretched stick, the long stick, proving to be useful there. Gruner has a goal in this game. And Gruner will get it across.
Ugh.
Ooh, just a little too far for McIntyre. Got to pick it up. A little pressure there from New Hampshire.
A great fight to get possession back there, too. The Buffs almost lost it there.
McIntyre trying to shake Joseph Rizzi. So Rizzi getting the defending McIntyre pretty well there, but it seemed like both players a little gassed and they kind of settle down a little bit. Here's Kunkel.
Going in with some speed.
Kunkel, try to get that bounce shot, and it scores into the soccer goal.
It doesn't quite count.
Doesn't quite count on the scoreboard, but I mean, they put it in the soccer goal.
They did. That they did.
And so New Hampshire trying to start something up here. Here's Davis Nelson, the defender, being guarded by McConaughey. McConaughey trying to get a little slap there, and it's going to draw a penalty, and he knows that, and he's not happy with that. And another flag comes out, so Nelson will head retreat.
Ooh.
And McCarthy got leveled there, and we have a whistle, and we're going to sort all this out here.
Alex, it's getting a lot more physical for these last 7 minutes of the second quarter here.
There's some laundry out on the field here. 2 separate flags from one official, and this might honestly, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen here. It could be potentially a 2-player advantage, would you think? With the 2 flags, or would you think it would just still be the one?
I think it's still just going to be the one, but we'll have to wait and find out.
And so they'll have 30 seconds. So they sort things out here. It looks like Colorado's going to have a 2-player advantage, but I don't think, or actually no, those I don't think they should be on New Hampshire's side.
No, they should not.
It should be a 30-second advantage for New Hampshire, And I think it is. They're just not really putting this up right. So New Hampshire with the advantage. And well, that goes out of bounds, and the Colorado bench celebrates with that one. 14 seconds on the advantage for New Hampshire. Oh, it's a turnover. Here's a long pass. And couldn't hit Mitchell. It was a little too far. 4 seconds on the advantage. They're going to keep it going, and that's going to do it for the advantage. They haven't. There they go. Now there's another 30 seconds here. Not 100% sure. But
what a good check by the bus. An easy recovery as we head back downfield.
Kunkel being pressured. Now gets across the side. Kunkel just trying to waste time. Kunkel knifes his way through two Wildcat defenders and gets it away. 5 seconds on the New Hampshire advantage. And that will do it. The Buffs sideline is fired up right now.
We have about 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter here. Let's see what the Buffs can do with it.
McConaughey finds some space, but not necessarily enough space to try and make a cut for the net. He'll give it off to McIntyre.
Alex, I'm loving the patience I'm seeing right now.
McIntyre makes a move.
Good
now
split
shoots.
to
Oh
high.
my goodness.
What a good stutter step dodge there.
There's goal number 10. The Buffs are in double digits. McIntyre's fourth of the game. It's 10-3.
An impressive goal, too. That was a beautiful stutter step into a nice, easy, clean goal for the Buffs.
And so I believe another timeout. This time New Hampshire takes a timeout. I believe that's the last of the half for them. I mean, this has been a rough game for New Hampshire right now. I mean, the Buffs have been slow. They've scored 7, or no,
Yeah.
6. They had 4 in the first quarter.
It's been a fantastic second quarter so far for the Buffs, definitely.
5-11, and there's still 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Not to mention 2 more quarters to follow.
It is cold.
It's freezing. These gloves are no longer useful.
See, you know, I prepared in terms of layers, though. My gloves, they're not the strongest. And that's the problem I'm having right now. That's the only problem I'm having. Like, otherwise, I'm feeling much more prepared, much nice. It's feeling much warmer, but the gloves are a bit light and not agreeing with the constant gripping of a microphone.
I will say the constant excitement on the sidelines as well as for the Buffs team is really helping my mood be better as well.
I agree that the Buffs sideline being fired up kind of motivated me to really enjoy this one. And this has been a fun game so far, especially for the Buffs. Not so much for New Hampshire, but it's been fun so far.
It has been. New Hampshire really needs to draw control here.
Well, they've struggled against Mike Kuligowski, who's won the majority of the faceoffs. And, well, he doesn't get that one. Bliss is able to win that one, and Bliss goes right on and shoots. Oh, Naaman makes a good save there as Bliss tumbles to the ground.
That was a great fast break attempt by New Hampshire, just didn't able to follow through there.
Though Mark Olszewski couldn't quite keep it in, New Hampshire will get the ball as it's still stuck in the Buffs defensive zone. And another LSM, Peter Duffield, trying to keep that one, and that one also doesn't stay in New Hampshire, will retain possession. Up top, it's Skillen now. Lanau. Down low. Circles are on Edwards. Throws it up top, bouncing right off the helmet, and the
Easy
Buffs will take
catch.
control. Nicholas Mason couldn't figure out where the ball was.
What a great catch.
Oh, great catch from McConaughey. Now he knifes through 2 defenders. McConaughey gets the pass off. There's another cross-field pass, and oh, man, what a setup that would have been.
What a great setup. But it goes all back to that easy mistakes I was referring to earlier. We've had a lot of great opportunities offensively for the Buffs here, but we've made a lot of simple mistakes as well.
Matthew Croskin couldn't quite get that cross-field pass. Couldn't quite get that to hit, and well, New Hampshire will try and set something up here before the end of the half. They're in desperation of a goal. Here's Gavin O'Hara. Sent it down low. Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Jablonski. Now back up top for Pasella. Pasella makes a move. Now gets it behind. Eng back to O'Hara. New Hampshire trailing by 7. 3.5 left in the second quarter. Naaman makes a routine stop and it leaves it for Ryan Wells.
Great.
Gets that perfect pass to Kunkel, who makes a nice catch. Kunkel being guarded there by Davis Nelson and gets the pass to Jacob Bruce. Finds an open McIntyre. He's already got 4. He's got the hot stick right now. McIntyre backs off. So now it's Roos. Roos with under 3 minutes to go. Fires that one wide.
Shot far out wide, yeah. You can hear the New Hampshire defense here getting frustrated with one another.
Buffs keep possession. Up at the top. Moving in Trey Reyes. Eng is able to shake him off. But Reyes retains possession. Now tries to move around Eng. He said he passes it out. Here's Mitchell. There's a whistle there. And New Hampshire will get possession of the ball. There's a foul against CU.
I think their best chance right now is to clear the ball fast and get a nice fast break look into the net for New Hampshire.
Headed up for Uriarty. New Hampshire trying to just do anything to try and get one past Chandler Naaman. Aaron out of the near side. And up top there. Find it back to Chase. Pardon me. That's Andrew Williams. Edwards. Edwards has Williams, and he'll give it to him.
Some great defense by the Buffs right now. 21 seconds left on the shot clock for New Hampshire.
Hampshire trying to shake off this Buffs defense, but failing to do so. That one tried to go low. New Hampshire will retain possession, but that was not a, it was kind of an errant pass. Seconds on the shot clock. 1:21 left in the half. 10-3 Colorado. Decides to take it in. Wells takes him down, and well, that's going to draw a flag. Ryan Wells, a little carried away there, I believe.
Yeah, that looked like a charge to me.
And no matter what happens there, taking a player down to the ground isn't really going to look very appeasing to officials.
No, it did look like a charge to me on from what I was seeing, so I actually thought that the foul should have been on New Hampshire rather than the Buffs.
And well, the refs will sort that out. They'll decide. And well, it is going to be against Ryan Wells. New Hampshire has a 30-second advantage. Here's Eng behind the net.
Clock shot reset.
Yeah, you're right about that. If New Hampshire is able to maintain possession, which they do not, they could have just run the clock down and try to get a shot in like the last 10 seconds. But I mean, in their situation, I don't know if that would have been really good use of their time.
Nope, about 48 seconds left in the clock here for the second quarter.
Well, the advantage is up for New Hampshire. 40 seconds to go. Here's Fakete. Sam Fakete. Hangs on to it. There's a loose ball, and Naaman's got it. Under 30 to go. Buffs trying to get one last possession and trying to get goal number 11 of the half.
Easy pass downfield. Lost possession there.
Picked back up, though. Well, there's a hit. And 14 seconds remain. I think New Hampshire's going to get possession. They'll get one final opportunity for the end of the half.
Running clock.
And now a whistle with 9 seconds left. I think they're just going to have him reset up. Rory Skillen-Lanau currently has the ball. Actually, no, he's not. He relinquished possession. It's now Gavin O'Hara for the Wildcats. He's got a couple options, including Skillen-Lanau.
They did reset the time left for the second quarter here. It was at 9 seconds. Back
That's
up
probably
to
why they
18.
stopped it. They probably want to get a clock reset. So now New Hampshire's got a chance. O'Hara trying to shake off defenders, taken away, and here come the Buffs with 10 seconds left.
Fast break opportunity here for the Buffs. Can they do it?
Here comes the shot, and it's high, and that will go out of bounds with very little time. I think they're just going to call it, and that's the end of the half. What an impressive second quarter from the Buffs.
A fantastic second quarter for the Buffs. You can see their progression from the first quarter as well. They came out with a lot more intensity in that second quarter, and you can see as the result where they took a 10-3 lead.
Man, a crazy second quarter. 6 goals from the Buffs. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half of action here at Kittredge Field. Welcome back. We're about a minute out from the start of the second half, and this is your current top 25 here in the MCLA. If you notice up at the top is Virginia Tech and Liberty, the two teams that Colorado has lost to. So, I mean, I don't know how much that says. Their road trip coming up is going to be against Florida State and Florida, two top 10 teams. That's going to be an interesting road trip. For the Buffs, and those will be their next two games before they'll be back here after we get back from spring break to play Utah and Texas in the span of about a weekend. So,
yeah, they've had a really good lineup for their schedule so far, and I think it'll be interesting to see how they do for the rest of their competitive season.
And so we're ready to start quarter number 3.
We're getting set up here for the start of the third quarter. Hoping that the Buffs come away with an easy draw control here. But I'd like to also see a little bit more competitiveness come from the New Hampshire team as well.
So half number 2. It is a cold one out here. The lights are on. We approach 8:15 Mountain Time. We're ready for half number 2 between the Buffs and the Wildcats. All right, I want your prediction. Do the Buffs put up 20?
My prediction final score is 23-7.
Interesting.
23-5.
23-5?
Yeah.
You're not giving the Wildcats much.
Nah, they've come out a little bit feistier in the second quarter. They just haven't finished up on their opportunities. And the way that the Buffs are going, like we said, putting up 10 easily in the first half, I wouldn't be surprised if they made it to 20.
And so the Buffs control to start the second half. McConaughey sends it in. Here's McCarthy.
Ugh.
And the save is made by Nassif. He's going to go ahead and chase it down and leap to try and get that stick out there to get possession. And it looks like the Buffs will have possession. Interesting play from Nassif. It doesn't necessarily work out. The Buffs have possession. Here's Bach up at the top. Mitchell back for Bach up top. Now it's Reyes trying to work his way around a Wildcat defender. Now waits, tries to spin around. Now he shoots and scores. A quick goal for Colorado to start the second half. It's 11-3 Buffs.
Go Buffs, baby.
Oh my God, yes. Finally, I'll give her a massive kiss on the way.
What a beautiful first goal here to start off this third quarter. What do you think, Alex? Never mind, talking to myself. That's okay, though. Happens all the time.
And so, not the way you want to start if you're New Hampshire. And if you have any shot at coming back, you need to change something right now.
Hey, I'm already one goal closer to it being a 20-goal game.
Water's significantly colder than it was.
And so now, less than a minute in, Colorado's already got a goal. They had a goal less than a minute into the second quarter as well. And they've really exploded here in this game. And I'm interested to see what they do here early in this third quarter as they had a really explosive start to the second.
Earlier in the game, just easing up on those, what's the word I'm looking for here? The cold is getting to me. Those mistakes, those turnovers. Buffs can get a hold of that. I think this game will go.
Gulagowski trips, and it's covered.
A good fight for possession from New Hampshire here. They're moving the ball downfield, but it is unfortunately turned over to them, and the Buffs will regain possession here at the midfield. Ball starting off with number 33 for the Buffs, heading into our attacking zone.
Yeah, that's Jacob Roos. And gives it to Drew McConaughey, who had a great first half. Despite only scoring one goal, I really liked what he did in the first half with some great assists, great passing.
Yeah, he's definitely a great team player. You don't see him being very selfish with the ball either. He's always moving around, trying to help his teammates as well as being a constant threat on the field individually.
Here's Carlton Colley, the recipient of one of those passes for McConaughey for a goal. Speaking of McConaughey, he has the ball right now. He'll pass it over for Mitchell. Mitchell.
Come on, stutter step here.
Mitchell trying to shake off this defender. Now gets the shot off, and Nassif makes a good save. Davis Nelson playing some pretty good defense there for New Hampshire, trying to box out Mitchell.
I agree. I think it's a good way for them to start off this quarter. While they didn't get the first goal of this third quarter, I do think defensively in this set they're looking fairly decent right now.
A little less than 2 minutes gone in quarter number 3, 11-3 Colorado. Alex Roberts joined by Julia Hardiman. And we've got coverage of this matchup here at Kittredge Field. McConaughey gets that pass in. Doesn't hit cleanly. Now Mitchell just shoots in. It will go out of bounds. Buffs will retain possession as Roos is right there.
Shot clock reset here for the Buffs.
On the far side, Buffs try to draw something up for goal number 12. McConaughey sends it back. Wygant up top. Cross Keller already, he has a goal in this game. Keller gives it. Wygant holds on to it. McConaughey cross looking for Mitchell, and out of bounds. New Hampshire will get possession.
I feel bad for the car that lacrosse ball just hit. Ball right now with New Hampshire goalie moving upfield, looking to get the ball past. Ooh, easy turnover there.
That's a pickoff from
Fast break,
Roos.
easy shot. Yes!
McConaughey has his second of the game, and they capitalize off the fast break on the turnover. And McConaughey is his second of the game. It's 12-3.
I think the Buffs have been doing a really great job so far in this game of taking advantage of the fast breaks, especially when they do regain that possession. I think they're working hard to correct their own mistakes as well.
And so the Buffs really running away with this one now. It is a 9-goal lead, and I think the season that we've seen for New Hampshire is starting to creep up again. The lopsided nature of this season for New Hampshire, lopsided victories and lopsided losses.
Come on.
And this could potentially be another one. And Kulagowski gets hit. They have a whistle. And they'll sort things out here. We're just about 3 minutes into this quarter.
Yeah, another draw control possession there for the Buffs. Ball moving down low.
There's Mitchell. Taking some time, patience. McConaughey. It's it back. Now for the Buffs, that's Umutian making his season debut.
Oh.
Mitchell gives it back to Umutian, number 28. Fakes a pass, passes it off to Mitchell. Now on the far side, it's McConaughey. Kind of heading to the back here, looking for a pass and finds it. Alec Umutian at the top here. With that pass. Cross back. Ball knocked away, and the Wildcats can't quite pick it up. Still on the turf, and picked up by Colorado. He's hit, and there's the flag. That one picked up by Kaysen Baller. Here's McConaughey on the delayed penalty. Ball loose, and there's the whistle. So it looks like Colorado's going to have an advantage.
You know, I'd really love to see Colorado's offense here get more into some screen play. I think a lot of what they've been doing has been individual roll dodges and split dodges, making moves individually, but I'd really like to see them start working a little bit more collaboratively here and setting screens for each other. They've got the fast lead here. I'd like to see them have a little bit of fun with it.
Yep, they got 30 seconds, so nothing too egregious. And here they go. McIntyre to start things off on the advantage. And some of their top players back out. It's Keller. Now to the far side, McIntyre. Keller been the middleman in this scenario, kind of getting those passes. There's a shot from McIntyre, who was looking for number 5. Nassif has the better of him that time. 10 seconds left, and Nassif will hold on to it. Nassif being pressured by Mitchell. Is going to be able to get it away and finds a pass. Man, a bit dangerous there. Got that pass off to Ben Chase. And there's a whistle there.
Ben Chase with some speed there in the midfield, though, before that call.
And so Colorado will take possession. It looks like some violation from Chase. 10 minutes left in the third.
Ball up top for the Buffs. Whoa! Shot out wide from the Buffs from up top and an easy, clean goal.
McIntyre has 5 on the game. It's 13-3. The lead is 10 for Colorado.
With just under 10 minutes left in this third quarter. Is my volume okay? I don't miss anything.
And so,
Alex, what are you thinking here? Who's going to win this face-off?
Oral Roberts.
yes, Aidan kind of jumping in, but saying Oral Roberts was going to win the draw, but Bliss for New Hampshire won the draw. Seems like a rare win, though.
It does.
But they have gotten a little better. Now here's a long shot. Oh, Nassif makes the save there on Duffield, who was looking for his first goal here. And that would have been the first point scored by an LSM this season if there wasn't a point in the past 13 goals. And New Hampshire able to stay in bounds there. They get that pass in, and now they're going to have a little bit of time here.
I think this is actually the first time in this third quarter that New Hampshire's been able to get it over onto their own attacking side.
50 seconds on the shot clock, 9 minutes left in the third quarter. 13-3 Colorado. You're watching Scobuff Sports. My name's Alex Roberts. I'm joined by Julia Hardiman in the booth today. We have Aidan Young-Sgoutas running graphics, and we have Harrison Simeon on camera today.
That was
It's a cold one.
fantastic pressure by the defense for the Buffs there. Almost led to a great turnover.
So Eng gets it into Girardi. So there's Edwards. Austin Edwards. Edwards. Go back. Looking, there's a shot and a goal. David Pasella gets New Hampshire on the board here in this third quarter.
Unfortunately for the Wolverines, they still have a very long way to climb to catch up to where the Buffs are. Wild, I'm sorry.
Wildcats now cut the lead down from 10-9 as they get their fourth of the game. They had 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and now 1 in the third. And how do you think the Wildcats can kind of use this to try and generate some momentum?
I hope so. I mean, for their sake. I obviously want the Buffs to come out with the easy, clean sweep here, but I would like to see them have a little bit more of a competitive game with the Buffs.
There's a flag down. And there's the whistle. And I heard a minute there, though I'm not sure who it's going to be against.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, and it looks like Colorado's going to be penalized, so New Hampshire will have a minute in advantage.
New Hampshire possession here, starting the ball up top. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Ball down low behind Cage. Looking for some quick ball movement up top.
Down low for Eng. Back up top. Ooh, Pasella looking for a second of the quarter. Didn't quite get it. .30 seconds on the New Hampshire advantage.
And only 45 seconds on their shot clock to make something happen here today.
Eng stumbles a little bit, gets that pass in the mess of players, it looks like Jablonski is going to come away with it for Colorado. He gets it knocked loose out of his stick, though. New Hampshire has possession with 11 seconds on their advantage.
If you notice, one thing that the Buffs offense does really well is that they play great from far out wide, and I think here for New Hampshire they've been playing a lot tighter and closer into the 8, and I think that's been causing some traffic for some of their players and their opportunities to score here.
One final chance. There's a shot. Naaman makes the save, and they've killed off the advantage. Stick is broken on the field. Looks like a New Hampshire's player's stick. And that's going to go over the head of Blake Bateman. And New Hampshire will get possession. Austin Edwards will inbound it. He's got Pasella to inbound it to here on the near side, but he can go up top to Jonah Eng. He can also go across all the way to Ryan Patton, number 20, down low. So there's a couple options here. And it looks like they're just going to actually give it to Pasella, who now gives it to Edwards here off the whistle. So Edwards will give it down for Patton. Ryan Patton sends it back. Now on the far side, New Hampshire trying to make things work with some fresh legs. Patton down low. He's got Edwards. And now Pasella makes a move.
What a dodge.
And a shot. Naaman makes the save on Pasella there. And that was a really nice move. Would have loved to see that result in a goal for Pasella.
I agree. Some pressure there that was on our goalie, but they were able to clear it up.
Here's Bateman. Send it up.
Oof.
And the ball's loose. Going to be picked up by Colorado. And the Buffs keep moving things along. Under 6 to go in the third. 13-4, Colorado. A lot less scoring here. Colorado's got only 3 goals in this quarter. New Hampshire has 1. Much different than the 6-1 quarter we saw in the second.
I know, I might have jinxed that 20-score game.
Here's Wygant.
I'm seeing a little bit of a better defense from New Hampshire as well.
Here's Roos.
25 seconds left in the shot clock.
Roos trying to move around. Oh, my goodness. He tried to shoot that, and Nassif was going to cover it. A tough angle shot there from Jacob Roos. Doesn't work out.
An easy clear out.
Gets that pass out. Here's Chase. Get that up to Edwards. Or Chase actually still had the ball.
Ball behind now.
Here's Patton. Send it up high for Eng. Or, excuse me, that is Skillen Lanau. Skillen Lanau gives it to Eng as they swap positions here. Eng trying to move around at Buff's defender. And it's back into the possession of Rory Skillen Lanau. Skillen Lanau up top. Being guarded by Weston Keller. Now they go down low.
Some great ball movement here for this New Hampshire offense.
O'Hara being guarded. O'Hara wanted to shoot, but he couldn't get a shot off. Now O'Hara again. Gives it to Eng. Trying to work his way in for a shot. There's a flag down. About 4 minutes left in the third. And teams will execute some substitutions here. So we figure out who will be going on the advantage.
While we're waiting for the teams to get set up again, Alex, I think it's kind of funny when we're talking about how the second quarter went by really slow, and this one has seemed to have gone by in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I agree. New Hampshire will have another 1 minute advantage.
The shot clock for New Hampshire has also reset, so they'll have a full 80 seconds there to take advantage of.
Matthew Kroskin, the offender there.
Timeout called by Colorado. Current score 13 Colorado for New Hampshire with about 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third quarter.
But what has impressed you? I mean, we've talked about Colorado a lot, but out of what you've seen from New Hampshire, what do you think has been their strong point so far, if there has been any?
I think specifically looking at this quarter, I think their defense has tightened up and it's gotten a lot stronger. You can see them obviously being more physical. Yeah, let's go Buffs. But to get back to your question, Alex, I think that defensively New Hampshire has really picked it up. And I think they've done a really great job of getting the ball back on their end.
And so much more even quarter here, and it's definitely gone by a lot faster. I know at the beginning of the second we did have those clock issues. They kind of got that solved up. They had that whole penalty debacle that they kind of just removed like 15 seconds in. Kind of delayed some of the action, but, I mean, here, they've been really effective, and they've moved things along really quickly here. Well, I mean, we're already reached the 4-minute mark here in this third quarter. And I can say, for one, I am pretty glad about that because it is a chilly one.
It's freezing cold, but you know what? Like Elsa said, let it go.
I mean, yeah, I'll try.
You guys, if I can't make bad puns, what's the point?
I don't know.
Gotta bring
you make a good point.
Thank you.
She's got a brain freeze right now.
Ha ha ha, Aidan, you're so funny. Getting back to some game content here, New Hampshire starting off with the ball right outside of the 12-meter here.
Well, that goes off a stick. You're already trying to chase it down, but it's going to be picked up by Colorado. He just gets it out. There's another flag, and I don't know.
But you know, Alex, this is that physical contact that I was talking about. You can see both teams have really matched each other in physicality in this third quarter.
So Kaysen Baller picked up the loose ball and was hit to the ground. I think UNH is going to get a little bit of a penalty here. Well, that's going to neutral things out. They're going to have a little bit of an advantage, though, still. So they're not going to have to really worry about much. So both teams have someone out right now. The penalty, though, is only for 30 seconds, so UNH will still have 13 seconds of an advantage after this Colorado, this penalty against New Hampshire runs out. And so now here come the Buffs. Here's Bach.
Some great speed.
He's got McIntyre. McIntyre makes a move. It's knocked away, and New Hampshire with a big takeaway there.
You know, even though the Buffs are up by 9 right now, I'd really like to see them being more patient and taking advantage of the ball control that they have.
That was Joseph Rizzi playing the nice defense, and here comes Pasella for New Hampshire on the advantage.
Wow.
And it goes wide. 9 seconds remain on the advantage for New Hampshire.
65 seconds on the shot clock here.
And so here they go, trying to set up one more scoring opportunity on the advantage. Pasella. Back up top, Girardi. Penalty time's up. Hang on to it.
What a good crease roll. And a goal for New Hampshire.
Actually, that went out of bounds. I can see, I thought that went in too.
From my perspective, it went in, never mind.
I thought that went in too. I thought Edwards has his second of the game.
It was a fantastic crease roll, though, and it was the right idea for what they need for their offense right now.
Unfortunately for Edwards, he did everything right, but it didn't go in the net. The shot was a little wide. Now here's Zhang from the top, and that one's going to go wide as well.
I'd love to see them do another crease roll, Alex. 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining for this third quarter here.
Girardi going to get that centering pass. Finds a recipient.
20 seconds to shoot.
Back there, Edwards has a shot blocked by Naiman. And there's a whistle, Colorado ball. 2:27 left in the third. 13-4 the score.
Some good speed moving it up to the midfield here for the Buffs.
McIntyre with some nice spin moves to get out of the defensive zone and moves around another defender, gets it to Drew McConaughey. And so now
McConaughey
McConaughey
holding on to it, moving it up top.
gets it back, hits the pass to Bach, just away from the outstretched stick of Joseph Rizzi. Bach fakes a pass. Now maybe was thinking about a shot there, but didn't find a lane.
And just under 2 minutes here left in this third quarter.
Up top, it's Trey Reyes. Reyes has a lane, now goes back behind the net. Instead of shooting it, he's got McConaughey. He's going to roll. McConaughey shoots, and he's got the hat trick. What a shot from Drew McConaughey. Right up at the top, just under the crossbar. It's 14-4, Colorado. And so now 2 Buffs have hat tricks. Jake McIntyre has 5. McConaughey has 3 in his first game of the year, and he's having an instant impact on this team.
And still only holding off New Hampshire to 4 goals for this third quarter here.
Colorado's 4th goal of the quarter. And the whistle, it looks like.
False start there.
And so New Hampshire will get the ball. Josh Chase
Some great pressure.
just flips it for Kelleher. Here's Luke Kelleher in the corner, being pressured by Gruner. Now Kelleher circles around, hangs on to it. Kelleher still has possession, looking for a passing lane, being guarded by 2 Buffs, and now trips. And the ball is loose. Buffs will take possession after the whistle. And the pressure really just got to him. The Buffs were able to neutralize any sort of passing lane.
Yeah, it was really great pressure from the Buffs there.
And so here come the Buffs. That was Jack Ryan with the ball as he got that pass over to Will Ott.
Ugh.
But he lost it. And now here come
Easy
the
to
Wildcats.
They need this goal here to pick up some momentum moving into the final quarter of the game with just 40 seconds left here, though, in this third quarter.
O'Hara up at the top, looking for someone to pass to. He does find someone to pass to. 30 seconds left in the third. 20 seconds. You can hear the benches exclaiming 20 seconds. Trying to shake off Colorado defense. Here's Edwards. Being guarded by Ryan Wells. Edwards tries to fire a shot and it goes wide. That was not Wells, that was number 9, Olszewski. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. It's a tough one.
It is a
Five
tough one.
seconds left in the quarter. The inbound pass is deflected, picked up. Naaman's able to have that one go. It'll go out of bounds, and that's the end of the third quarter. 14-4 is your score. Colorado leads over New Hampshire. And while we have the opportunity, Julia, let's go ahead and take a look and say hello to our audience here in the booth.
Hi, everybody. Freezing cold out here.
It is a cold one out here in Boulder. I honestly have never worn 2 jackets out here. I haven't been out long enough for it to warrant such attire, but it has today.
Yeah, I'm wearing about 4 different layers here, Alex, and I still cannot feel my toes, so it's a cold one for sure.
Yeah. I'm constantly swishing my hands, putting it in my pocket, trying to warm up my fingers. It's been a cold one out here at Kitt Field. Got 15 minutes left, a 10-point lead for Colorado. What has been their strengths and what has propelled them to this 10-goal lead?
I think they've just picked up really great momentum. They're moving the ball around, they're spreading it out, they're forcing it a little bit too much, so I'd like to see them slow that piece of it down. But I think their energy is fantastic, and I think if they keep that up, we might get a 20-score game here for Colorado.
Well, there you go. It's a cold one, but only 15 minutes of game time left.
Yeah.
And so we're ready to go back to the action on Kit Field for quarter number 4. Do you think there's any chance that New Hampshire has a chance to come back? Do you think they have a chance?
No, I do think, however, that they do have a chance to reach my prediction score of 23-7. So I think that New Hampshire can get 3 more in here.
Also like to appreciate the special cameo from the EP here at Scobuff Sports, Aidan Young-Sgoutas on that last segment. Some working graphics today, and it's been a cold one. We were here for the Colorado State game 2 weeks ago. The men's lacrosse game against Texas A&M wasn't that bad, but once it got to that second game, it got pretty cold, and we were not prepared. So that one was rough.
More prepared, but
3 flags.
more prepared, but the gloves are just. I remembered the gloves, but my toes are still just struggling. We'll get it right next time.
It's Aidan's comedy that's getting us through.
Yeah. We're getting through this. McIntyre looking for a double hat trick there. But there's the whistle. So just 30 seconds in, we are going to have an advantage for, I believe, New Hampshire, since they're the last one to touch it. Actually, wait, no. An advantage for Colorado. They were having possession before New Hampshire touched it. So that means Colorado should have the advantage. I think that's how it works. Man. The cold is starting to get to me, I would assume. It started to get to me a little there against Colorado State 2 weeks ago, but yeah. 30 seconds. It's going to be a quick.
Alex, is there anything that you'd like to see from the Buffs in this final 14 minutes and 29 seconds of the game tonight?
I mean, I think that they've kind of got this thing under wraps. I'd like to see some I'd like to see some other players kind of get some playing time. I think that'd be kind of nice.
I agree. They have a deep roster for sure.
Yeah, they have a deep roster, and we've already seen a little bit of that here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see some more solid playing time for some of these backups, if you will.
Yeah. I personally would love to see some more fast break goals. They've been my favorite of the game, but I'd also really, as I mentioned before, like to see them have a little bit of fun with it. They've spaced out far enough wide, but I'd like to see them start setting up some more screens for each other.
Mitchell, there's the pass in, and a goal there from Drew McConaughey. His 4th of the game, and a quick one on the advantage. And so it's 15-4 Buffs.
I'd also like to take this time to give Jared another shout out. I forgot to do that in our little cameo that we just did, so thank you again for providing warmth to my hands via these gloves that I did not bring myself.
Jared's kind of been chilling on the sideline here today. It's been a pretty easy day for him. Basically kind of helped set up, and he's just enjoying the game. Aidan, he does deserve it. He's done a lot for the broadcasts this year. He deserves to kind of just sit one out and watch a game as a fan. So, Jared, thank you for all that you've done here for Scobuff Sports this year.
We appreciate you.
And don't worry, he'll be back next year. Well, we're going to be bigger and better than ever.
Getting back to some game content here, though. A great opportunity for the Buffs to score, and they just missed that shot. Shooting a little bit too close to the goalie there.
That was Blake Bateman who was looking for his first goal of the year, and that would have been the first goal by an LSM this year. And that's just a tough one for Blake Bateman. He had a clear look on Nassif, and Nassif was able to make the save there.
In these last 13 minutes, I'd really like to see New Hampshire be a little bit smarter with the ball, hold on to it, and maybe they'll have a little bit more of a competitive advantage here.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, that was a tough one. It kind of goes off the stick, and Colorado will get possession. That pass almost was a little too far it was blocked, but New Hampshire trying to get possession, but it's going to be picked up. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That was a big hit on the stick.
Big check.
On a stick there for Sam Shenna, the only defensive midfielder on this Buffs team. I mean, that stick went in like a full 360 before hitting the ground. I mean,
it was an impressive check for sure.
The pass out to Gruner. Gets challenged, but he gets across the midfield line. McIntyre He's got 5. Sends it down low. We're seeing some new faces out for the Buffs. That's Owen DeBow making his first appearance, number 15 for Colorado. And so now here's Bach. Hanging on to it with about 45 seconds left on the shot clock. Bach moving in. Just waits and now gets it down low. Pass up top. There's the shot from the bowl, and he was looking for his first point of the year there. Just, again, just off the mark.
Yeah, it would have been a great assist, but I'm loving the teamwork that I'm seeing out there.
Giving some other guys opportunities to put one through and get on the point sheet this year. So here's Bach after the quick stoppage, working his way around the New Hampshire defense. So here's Keller. Keller goes with the safe option to Bach, who also just gives it right back to Keller as he couldn't find any sort of passing lane. And my goodness! What a goal from Weston Keller for his second of the game. It's 16-4.
What a goal. He had high pressure on him, and it seemed like somewhat of a forced shot there, but he was able to squeeze it in. What a beautiful bounce shot.
And he was falling down. I almost just felt like he just kind of like
lobbed it.
Like I almost felt like he was just trying to get rid of the ball, but it was an accurate shot.
Fantastic.
What a great goal.
That's my favorite thing about bounce shots, is that they're sometimes just lucky too. It's about placement, but also sometimes it just bounces in the right way.
It's really anyone's game.
And so the Buffs' lead has jumped out to 12 here in this fourth quarter as New Hampshire's just trying to get a little bit of pride here. Ooh, DeBoll gets shaken down. Shaken down there by Sawyer Long. He was able to get it away, and wow, interesting play there. So the Buffs will take possession, or actually the Wildcats will take possession. Here's the pass.
New Hampshire currently holding the ball down low.
I believe that's Connor Lynch, number 8. Now it's O'Hara. Send it down. Here's Eng. Guarded by McCarthy. Shakes off McCarthy. Now gets a pass. There's a flag. That's going to be against Colorado. Another flag is down. Eng trying to get a shot, but that will be quickly touched by Miles O'Connell and get the stoppage of play here. 10:32 left in this fourth quarter, 16-4 Colorado. You're watching SCO Sports. I'm Alex Roberts, joined by Julia Hardiman. And so this is going to be a full 2 minutes against Colorado. So New Hampshire's going to have a 2-minute advantage here.
Ball right up top. Outside of the 12-meter here for New Hampshire.
Girardi ends a pass.
Oh,
Fateke.
great block.
There's a shot, and it gets blocked. Or Fakete, not Fateke.
That was a great defensive read and a good block there.
Fake the shot. Here's Girardi. Now Fakete. There's the shot, and it goes wide. Kelleher was looking for the goal there. New Hampshire maintains possession. 1:22 left on the advantage. Here go the Wildcats. Trying to set something up. It's Pasella. Down, there's a shot from Edwards, and it goes out of bounds. New Hampshire will maintain possession. Eng gets it back, and it's past Fekete, and it will go out of bounds. Sawyer Long challenging, making sure that DeBoll does not pick it up, but it will be Buffs' ball. With 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the advantage, DeBoll will get the cross pass, and it's picked off, looking for Roos. Wildcats pick it off. It's William Pagula. He gets it across for Fekete. Here's Chase. Now on the far side of the Wildcats, trying to set something up with 40 seconds on the advantage. Goes out of reach, and it will be picked up. Actually, a stoppage there. Kelleher cannot get there, but Wildcats keep possession. Or actually, no, it went out of bounds, so the Buffs get possession. Brain fart. So blazing through the defensive zone, there's Keller, who has the most recent goal for Colorado. And here's Dominic Jablonski getting it to Roos.
Easy transition for the Buffs there from defensive end into the attacking side.
Roos taking his time. Gives it to DeBoll. Here's Roos. So they hang on to it. Wygant up top, penalty time's up. Colley. And it down.
Oh, come on, crease roll.
McConaughey gets it up top. Keller
Great
just
catch.
able to get it away. Wygant shoots. He was looking for his first goal of the year. And it doesn't quite work.
$15 seconds left here on the shot clock for the Buffs.
8 minutes left in the game. So they got to go ahead and shoot quick. Here's Wygant. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Here's the shot, and they score! The third hat trick of the game, and it goes to Weston Keller. He's got the 2 most recent goals for the Buffs, and it's 17-4.
I know I said it earlier in this game, but just what a fantastic shot from outside of the 12.
$7:50 left in the game. There's plenty of time for them to get the 20 burger that you're predicting.
I'm looking for it. The question is, can New Hampshire get up to 7?
That is a good question. We're going to have to see a lot of scoring here in the next 7:45 for that to happen.
I agree. They're going to have to switch up a lot of what they're doing. I think biggest thing that I'm seeing for them is just lack of possession. They've had a lot of time with the ball on their offensive side. They've just made easy mistakes, and they're turning it over way too quickly.
Andrew Williams trying to get that in and get that pass to Connor Lynch, and it misses him.